Hi guys, it's your boy Xavier. I know I haven't been posting a lot lately. I just haven't got any ideas and stuff. And yeah. But the reason I actually wanted to do a video is because I wanted to do some after family facts. I'm not saying like you guys need to change stuff, like saying like yeah, you're wrong and stuff. I'm not trying to say like I don't even, you're doing it all wrong. I think you should stop. Not that kind of thing. I'm not trying to say something rude to you guys. I'm just trying to, like, say facts and stuff. Like, in a girl's video, kind of when she talked about the Afton family and about the missing children and stuff, I think. Yeah. So, my first fact is, the Afton family. The first thing I have been seeing is this guy named Terrence, I think that's his name, I don't really know. And I always get confused because he's not even in the Afton family. Nobody knows him. Michael doesn't even know him at all. I have, like, people put him in videos and I'm just like, who is this weirdo dude? Because I always get confused on which is who and who is which. Like, I do know all of them. Like, Chris is the crying child, Michael's the bodysuit guy, and Elizabeth is the little girl, yeah, who is Circus Baby. I know all that. It's like easy, but I don't know who this boy is because I have learned everything from the Afton family. So, yeah, I don't really think this guy even existed. I only think like the three kids, after the Afton kids, children only were the ones. So yeah. And now for the deaths. It's a kind of hard to tell who died first. People think since, FNAF 4, that Chris was the one who did, but no. His sister was actually the first one to go down. So technically, because see, in FNAF 4 we see an empty room that technically does not even have a girl. So technically that means Chris's sister has perished into the Circus Baby. Um, so that means technically so that means for blah. So that makes Circus Baby Pizza World the first one in the timeline, and Fredbear's Family Nightmare was the second in the timeline. So yeah, it kind of makes a lot of sense. So and then like I guess through the timeline, I guess that technically all the other things they make sense technically, of course. Wait, actually, sorry. Yeah, Fredbear's Family. Then after that, yeah, everything technically. And so we're now going to be moving on to like the animatronics. Of course, everyone knows them. Everyone knows them as the children. Yeah, people keep putting stuff and confusing who is who. I don't even know who is. Like I do know. Like I always get confused of how do people know the names when people like never seen them. Like I know that all the children are actually the names because like it's super easy and stuff. I know that because I have seen a lot of videos. But the thing that makes me always confused is that I don't really get this. Is that I am always curious. That is why is how the mother-in-law, the Afton family. Actually, no, I'm going to move to the Afton family. Tell the children. Never mind. I'll go to them in the next video. I think. I always get confused of the mother. The mother is the confusing one out of the Afton family. Everyone sees that she's like, but Laura. But the only thing that made me confused is that in like a music video and stuff, I seen that when like her car crashes, of course, because she died of a car crash accident. She somehow, I don't even know, is in like the marionette, but people like say like no, Charlie was the one in the marionette, and I always get confused by that. Like nobody knows who was ever in the marionette before and stuff, and I was always confused about that. Cause it was so confusing. Cause like one time actually I made a video of like this, and everyone and my friend Psycho Angel, who's now on a new character. If you guys, I hope you guys can subscribe to her. But I always like see like Charlie is like a girl, and she was killed in the back alley and stuff, but nobody doesn't really know who the mother, what happened to her. We do know she got in a car crash, so we don't really know, yeah. Now we're going to be going on to the children now. Okay. Like, I don't really have much about the children, is that, I am thinking that some people say that they've been stuffed into the suits by William, but actually, no. That is actually not true, because in the game, in, like, FNAF 2, I think, I don't really know, in the game thing, where you get to play those games, and they're, like, telling the story of the whole, plot and stuff, we see that the marionette, you know, puts presents around them. And then I don't even know what happens after that. I think maybe the souls just like move on to the bodies or to the FNAF bodies or something. I don't know. Maybe that's maybe it. I don't know. But yeah, that's a clue because I actually remembered this from memory before. Because I remember on Game Theory's channel he showed a clip of that, and I was like, oh wait, because people think that like the marionette put things on the. I mean, no, I mean, William thinks that people stuffed at them and stuff, but no, the marionette actually was the one who saved it. Like, people do think the marionette did save them, which is the good thing. And I always see this, and I'm just like, why? I'm not like saying like it's not bad or anything. I still like the FNAF concept and world, you know. Yeah. And the thing I do want to say is that I'm hoping that people, when they get this, I'm hoping I can give them a little info about this. Is that, yeah. I was always, and I don't think, and I hope some people didn't, I hope people did know this, is that, when people do the marionette with Charlie, people think that the marionette is a boy. It does make sense, you know, Charlie is a girl, so, I mean, wait. Like, I mean, it does make sense. Like, in the game, it looks like a girl, a boy, so technically it should, like, make sense, but in Charlie, it was actually, I think it's the point, which is supposed to be, like, you know, it said it used to be a modern cam, but I'm thinking that, like, I don't think this is technically being a fact right now, but I'm thinking they should have made it a girl. Because this is the reason, and one reason why I'm talking about this is because, Gachalia, I am sorry, but I'm not trying to make any statements of being like, oh my gosh, I hate it so much, or saying rude things. I am not that kind of person. I'm just, like, people think, like, Charlie was a boy sometimes, because, like, you know, people didn't know that much of the fandom and stuff, because everyone thought, like, oh, wait, they died like that? Oh, okay. Like, people think, I have learned a lot, and after the years, I always thought that the marionette was a boy, because he looked like a boy, and I didn't really know that much of the fandom until, like, I got into it, and then I saw that it was a girl, so technically it makes sense. But I've seen a lot of people make it, like, not a boy. Make it not, like, into a girl, they make it into a boy. Which is so confusing to me, which I really think they should change. Like, I'm not saying, like, change it right now or something. And, yeah. Next fact is the numbers. Or should I say the timeline, technically? The timeline is technically confusing, is that nobody doesn't really know. Like, there is a lot of things about the bite of 1980, 1983, or 1987, and nobody really knows, because it's so confusing of what happened, because there's two ones. One is the one about Charlie's death. Chris's death. I got just reminded of Charlie. Why did I get married to that? My dog. Okay, and Chris was the one, was in the one of 1983. So that means that in 1987, in Junior's the place where you like, that place, where like the toys are like toy animatronics technically. That's the place where Toy Foxy bits like the ying bit the nerd guard. But I always get confused by this too, by the way. Like I know this. I know like a lot about the fandom, but I always get confused with the other Foxy. Cuz there's this actually other one about a bite of it. But nothing really happens next into like the other things, like to the other 90s or anything really. But yeah, we're just gonna be skipping off to something else, into another fact. If I can figure one out. Okay. I'm trying to think. It's so hard to think, but you can't do it. Okay, I'm just gonna move on to a theory right now. Yeah, because I don't really know anything back, so I'm just gonna move on to a theory, and I hope you guys would like that. I am thinking, and I actually got this from memory right now. I am thinking right now that Henry, the guy who is inventing the ink machine, I'm thinking he's actually the one for bending the ink machine, because there's this guy named Henry, and nobody really knows much about this guy. And I'm like, oh yeah, that totally must be him. But no, like, in the world there's more Henrys than you know, so yeah. So yeah.